Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the grand finale of this Real Tournament's Ultiduo Grand Final Championship. I got all the words in. It's the Ultiduo Tournament sponsored by trade.tf, and it's the grand final. And this is the grand final of an event that has lasted the better part of the month, and we saw a pretty long stream on Saturday, and now we're finally there. We're down to 2 teams from 64. My name is Getawhale. I'm going to shut my mouth. I'm sitting here with Gecks. And Gecks, it's good to have you back in here, and we finally get to see one team come out on top tonight, right here. It's going to happen, and they're going to win real money.
Yeah, man, it's been a heck of a road. I'm glad to be here for the final. Of course, two great sets of teams here, 2 great pairs of players to go at it. So I'm excited for a good night. We had a long night, as you said, or a long day, as you said, on Saturday, and now we're down to 2 teams. So it's going to be a good night. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, we were here all day. I think it was yourself and me for much of the day, and we have Muselk in here as well as sort of a guest caster, which was fun. Mr. Dashner, I want to call him out right now on the camera. This whole tournament was spearheaded by Kevin Pone. I'll give all the shout-outs toward the end, but we're here on sort of these donations mostly by trade.tf. And trade.tf, we are shouting them out because, you know, they put up a big chunk of cash for this, and these teams, there's prizes for first, second, and third. We've already seen the third place team. They're done. We're down to the top 2 now. The teams are Grape and Ninja Nick, who, of course, if you know and follow Sixes, you know who those guys are. We also have Corsa and Nursey, who sort of played Dark Horse. They're players who are maybe not as well known if you follow competitive, but they play a hell of a lot of Ultiduo, and they knocked out Banny and Servo, who were sort of maybe favorites and very strong in this tournament. Nothing doing. It was a pretty strong performance that these guys had on Saturday. Right, guys?
Yeah, it was a heck of a game, especially that one there. There were lots of good games on Saturday, but that was one of my favorites to cast in that one. Just so much good action, awesome med plays, which is one of my favorite things about this whole Ultiduo thing, is just the crazy plays that the meds make, and it was happening on all sides, and it was a really great match, and it was awesome to see Corsa and Nursey come out on top of that game, and to be able to get all the way through in the finals here against Grape and Ninja Nick, who, of course, in their own right, as you said, very great Sixes players, and, of course, that transfers well over to Ultiduo. So, you know, it's I think it's going to be a good game here. If I had to kind of throw a prediction around here, and I'm going to throw it out, you know, a little early here, but I'm going to call Ninja Nick and Grape, just because, I mean, you're talking about 2 players on one of the best Sixes teams in North America, their top 4, and I just think they're going to be a little strong for Corsa and Nursey. What are you thinking, Getawhale?
You know, and you make a fantastic point. I mean, we saw Grape was a beast on Saturday and playing fantastic, and Ninja Nick was doing his classic sort of aggressive medic style, which was paying off real great for him. But I'm going to go against you, and I'll explain why. I mean, Corsa and Nursey, they're top-level players as well. Nursey was showing her sort of aggressive style of medic as well on Saturday, which it can be hit or miss. I mean, when we see medics like Ninja Nick, we've all seen him in competitive. Aggressive med style, it can either get you killed a whole lot or it can pay off great. I think both of these meds can do it, so I always watch the meds, but we'll see what happens. We're live here, Gecks.
Yes, here we are. We are right into it. Right away, Nursey got out really early out of the gate and got taken down, but oh my goodness, Grape getting blasted in the air by Corsa, ending up going down though. But pretty interesting first little fight there. Nursey got out of the gate before Corsa did, and just started taking rockets right off the bat and just got demolished. But as you see here, we got this first cap going over to Grape and Ninja Nick.
Oh boy, I thought that was going to be a big kill. I was on the Corsa cam and just right out of the gate with air shots, but we'll see how this goes. Obviously, Grape was a huge air shot machine, and Corsa coming right in on the med now, going for Nick, and big pick there. Gets him with a shotty, and now we've got Saws out. Oh boy, but Grape the last man standing. Now, I mentioned it a little bit earlier where I alluded to it, but Grape and Ninja Nick actually had to come through the losers bracket. Corsa and Nursey are the upper bracket ones who sort of made it all the way without dropping stuff, and they're about to get their first cap here now. But something to take note of anyway, it's a best of 3, but if this goes by sort of standard double elimination format, Grape and Ninja Nick, that means they'll have to win 2 best of 3s. But we don't get ahead of ourselves here. We're back, and Blue's taken away.
They do. They grab that point. They're going to even out this time nicely here, and should even out just about dead on. So we'll see how Corsa and Nursey go ahead defend this point here. They're going to drop down as they had gotten a good bit of cap time. Nursey coming in is going to get the saw off onto Grape, and Corsa will finish off Ninja Nick as well. Keep that cap time rolling on through right there. So they're going to retain the point as well as an Uber, which will become in very handy here. And going for the force on a Nursey right now, who does pop off her Uber, and that'll get rid of both of them, and Grape getting wrapped by Corsa right there. So that will be that'll be them holding this point for all the longer here.
Yeah, when it comes to Ultiduo, and we saw it all on Saturday, when the other team has Uber and you don't, it comes down to a basic formula. You put your soldier in there, you force the Uber, and then you sort of kill bind and try to equalize, and you know, if these teams can do that successfully, it'll be good. So far, though, although I give credit to Red, they capped it right back.
They did. They did pretty well after the exchange there. Got the point back. So here we go. Corsa and Grape going at it again. Kind of disconnected with the heals, though. And there's Nursey going down to a saw from Nick as well. So now they're just about to come up on their Uber. See if Corsa can get in before they get it, though. Gets a good rocket in. Ninja Nick's going to get a great surf as well. Gets the Uber and pops it off, though, just to be safe. Nursey will go ahead and kill herself right there just to even out the spawn times here. So Red now ticking away. Grape and Ninja Nick ticking away on the clock there, and Corsa getting a good jump on a Ninja Nick, and he's going to take him down, getting some shotguns in as well, though. Oh, it's close, but he does end up getting him. Nursey was going in. She wanted a little saw there.
Yeah, absolutely. Why don't we get in and listen to some of the comms? Let's listen to Grape and Ninja Nick, what they have to say as they try to, well, I mean, right now they want to scrape back into this thing. Let's listen in.
In the middle of that, he's gonna have to come down. Can you?
Yeah.
He's hurt.
I'm not gonna get up.
Not much there, Gecks. You sort of get the sense of the connection that these guys have playing so much sixes together. Do you think, you agree that's kind of a big thing chemistry-wise? I mean, these guys have played for 20B forever.
It is certainly. They've been teammates for a long time, and Nursey getting some saws off there was able to get the Uber as well and hold the point for just a tad longer, but might be going down here. She does go down. Course is going to come down and try and defend the point for a little bit longer as well, but yeah, and you know, I also think part of it as well, along with them being teammates, of course, they have some great chemistry, but also in this Ultiduo format, less comms are needed. Oh, Corsa managing to get Ninja Nick there right at the end. Nursey's just gonna kind of run for her life right here, try and stay alive long enough for Corsa to get back in and help her out. But and here he comes, flying across the map. He's gonna take out Grape right there, and Ninja Nick will go ahead and press the kill bind as well. But not as much comms in Ultiduo. I mean, not necessarily as much to really get out there. Not as exciting comms as maybe Sixes is, but certainly a need for it there. And I think, as you said, the cohesion between them certainly helps.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it seems like Corsa and Nursey are coming out on top in a lot of these big skirmishes and team fights, as we got Ninja Nick with a big... Oh, we've got 2 Ubersock kills in a row! Nursey coming out on top, though, and I keep seeing blue at the end of these, although maybe I spoke too soon. We've got red coming back up here now. And, you know, whatever team can sort of control this upper ground, we've seen them do quite successfully on this particular Ultiduo map. We talked about that, Gecks, how there are multiple maps, and this is the one that sort of uses that dynamic of up and down. And it's a lot of what we see is teams holding above, only dropping down when they need to.
Yeah, it's much less jumping and just a lot more of the ground control in here. As you see, Corsa is going to drop down, able to get 2 there with the shotgun, Grape and Ninja Nick both. So they're going to go ahead and get the cat back right after right after Red had it there for a while. It's just about even on the time right here, but they're going to go ahead and take a bit of an advantage coming off of this cap here, and we see them going straight down onto the point. Grape and Ninja Nick, they're starting to get the time on it. Courses will be dropping down shortly, does so, trying to get onto Grape here right away, getting blasted up in the air. Both of them hurt, takes a saw from Ninja Nick, and now they almost have the cap. He did go down. Nursey's still alive right now, will be going down shortly, does go down.
Wow.
And they get the cap back as well, which will even them out on time. And Ninja Nick is sitting at about 80% on this Uber right here. And Corsa wants to try and deny getting that Uber. Will get him with a good rocket, but Grape getting one as well using that wall splash. But Nursey going down right at the end of it from Grape. And there you go. He's going to pick up 2 and to keep the point for himself here as they're trying to get back out of spawn. Grape trying to connect with Ninja Nick here. Ninja Nick could not get the arrow. And does get an Uber Saw here, so we're going to see the Meds battle it out on top of the bridge as nobody's really landing the arrows at this point. Nobody getting aggressive for some saws. They're just going to go ahead and meet up with their soldiers right here as they come across. Corsa getting blasted in the air, misses the air shot from Grape. Grape's going to go ahead and jump back in. He's getting the shotgun out, able to get Corsa and Nursey. They're going to keep on this point here, keep it steady going, and Ninja Nick is just about to be up on this Uber. Let's see if Corsa can get it.
Chaotic, isn't it right now? This is pretty chaotic stuff. We see both soldiers trying to trade here for air shots, and Grape getting in a little bit of a groove, and I think both soldiers certainly capable of hitting air shots equally, but it's kind of just a story of whoever gets in their groove, as I just said, better, and who can hang in there the most. As Grape's just going to go shoddy, boom body, 5 kills. He's going to try to make it 6 here and take out Nursey, who's just going to hit those left clicks. You know, the question becomes here now, if you're Nursey, do you hit the kill bind? I mean, right now Ninja Nick's at 100. They're trying to get a force out if they can, but Ninja Nick playing it real smart. We'll see how they play it here. I mean, you want to get that Uber force. You need to.
Yeah, they're getting across. Nursey's pretty hurt, but Corsa's going to try and work something over here on this side. They got to get the Uber out to give themselves some time to get back on the cap here, and they are just about to go down. Corsa's very hurt, trying to get out of there. Nursey's going to go down. Now it's just Corsa who hits the kill bind. The Uber was forced, and they have about 15 seconds to go ahead and get on the cap here. They're going to have to work quickly. They don't have too much time here. Corsa's going to get blasted right out of the gate. Coming across the bridge here, getting on Ninja Nick, getting a lot of damage out, though. Going to go down. Now Nursey coming in. Oh, got a couple saws off, but ended up dying right at the very end there, and that will be the first round over to Grape and Ninja Nick. It's going to be 1-0.
Yeah, and that's a round that sort of started very evenly as we're server stuff. The round started very evenly, but certainly we saw Grape and Ninja Nick pull away there, and they're long rounds. It's 5-minute cap time in order to win, and it's a best of 3, and so there's certainly a lot of time and a lot can happen. We saw a lot of big comebacks when we were here on Saturday. We saw teams take it down to overtime and be on the brink of getting eliminated and then bring it back as soldiers, I guess, now getting their air shot practice in. But anything can happen, I guess, Gecks, is what I'm saying. You can get down to, seems like a roll, and then it can come back the other way. Going into round 2 here, and we'll see. And again, as we mentioned, Grape and Ninja Nick, they actually have to win 2 best of 3s if they want to pull this off, coming from the lower bracket. But see how this mid plays out, if you want to call it a mid.
Yeah, close enough to a mid, I guess. And Corsa's getting aggressive early, getting over on the side of Red here. He's pretty hurt right now. Nursey takes an arrow as well. Both of them are extremely hurt. It's time to back off maybe a little bit and try to get heals, at least for Corsa. Nursey can't do too much about it, but Grape getting blasted back. They're doing well to kind of delay it off for a little bit, but I think Corsa's going to be going down here. Nursey, at the least, will go down. Got a great shot on the Ninja Nick there. Corsa did. Landed the rocket, Ninja Nick surfing away. Corsa able to pick up on the little bit of damage left needed with the shotgun there. So they didn't quite get the cap yet. Corsa's going to come back down, who was also very hurt. Going to go down here. Nursey trying to get something going. Got a lot of saws off. Onto Grape right there. They do get the cap. Nursey sitting at about 58%. Nursey getting away right now. Yes, getting away. Able to meet up with Corsa, though. Nursey's still pretty hurt right now. She needs to be careful. But they are going to go ahead and play up top for the time being, getting a lot of damage out on Ninja Nick. Able to get him now. Grape gonna go for Nursey right now, but Corsa sitting down on the point, forcing Grape to come through. Great rocket from underneath from Corsa there. Very tough shot to hit when you're going from the low ground. Gonna get Grape there as well. Corsa is. They're getting on the point right now. Nursey coming back out, and they're gonna go ahead and pick up this point, even out the time a bit.
You can see how versatile these medics are in this mode. A lot of people say, when they talk about Ultiduo, they say, oh, it's 2v2 MGE. I think there's a lot more to it, and you can see that the medic, there's a lot going through the medic's head. I mean, if you want to sit back and be passive, as we've got action under the point here right now, and we'll see how these medics play it. We'll see, you know, it's a lot is up to the medics and how soon they want to bust out the Uber song goal on the offensive. They can also hang back. I mean, we saw Nursey do some great dodging, get up and just sort of stand there and let the passive regen heal her up a bit so that she wasn't in danger anymore. Ninja Nick has Uber right now and he's being pressured. He's playing super. Playing that super Ninja Nick style, and we talked about it. Ninja Nick is a guy who it can be hit or miss. He can drop an Uber or he can play like a genius and take himself down to 2 HP, and in that case, it didn't go in his favor, as we clearly saw there. And so, bit of a risk-reward situation. Not how you want to see it come out as he goes down again there real quick to a nice rocket by Corsa. If you're a 20B fan, you don't like seeing those drop skis.
Yeah, it was, you know, he was risking it for the biscuit, didn't quite work out. And just a point I wanted to say, I'd like to see Nursey use her kill bind a little bit more, because there's times where she's kind of staying in the fight for a bit long and ends up giving Nick an Uber saw or a couple Uber saws or something like that, and just allows him to get the Uber all the sooner. They lucked out there and Ninja Nick dropped, but, you know, future, like right now, it's no really harm done there, but probably should have just hit the kill bind. I mean, it wouldn't have made too much of a difference. But anyway, here you see Grape and Ninja Nick. They've got the cap right now, and their time is ticking away. His course is going to come flying across right here, trying to get either of them. Wasn't really able to get any good damage off. Oh, does get Ninja Nick, though. That time it paid off with 99% Uber as well. Really paid off that time for Nursey. I guess it's... you know, just gotta analyze the situation and go with what you feels right. That time, it worked for Nursey. They're gonna get on the point here, but here comes Grape and Ninja Nick coming right back out. They almost have the point. They're gonna go ahead and contest it here. Here comes Grape bombing down onto the point. Corsa, very hurt right now, taking a lot of damage. Will go down. Nursey's still up right now. Gonna try and get some saws off. Not gonna happen. Will go down. They're gonna be able to get this cap right back.
Let's, there's about a minute in terms of difference here. Let's listen in to Corsa and Nursey. See what's going through their mumble, if it's a little different.
The control point is being captured.
He's coming left. He's on me.
So good.
You know, we got mumble comms for this. It was worth a try, right?
Yeah. yeah, it was. I mean, it was an interesting ending comment there. I think Ultiduo just not too much communication is needed for it, so not as exciting. Oh, of course, up in the air. I thought Grape was going to be able to get it there. He does end up going down. Nursey that time going to go ahead and hit the kill bind. And they did manage to force the Uber, though, so they got the Uber out of the way. And here comes Corsa again, getting launched up there. He's going to eat one right as he gets back into the ground. He's going to go down here, trying to get the saws off. And still going at it, now finally dying. And Grape is just dominating right now. 14 streak for him, dominating both players. Just running the table right now.
I think that's the most we've seen. I don't remember seeing a streak above 14 all on Saturday, and we were here for 6 hours, Gecks. So pretty dominant, and make that 15. Actually, I think Grape might have gotten 15 once on Saturday, but at any rate, you know, you can see how you can really start to run away with this. If you get on a roll, oh boy, he does go down there. But, you know, these are top-level players. I mean, these are some of the best Sixes players. You know, this isn't Div 1 by any means. This is some skill, and I'm starting to see that Corsa and Nursey they're getting it. They're starting to get it in terms of the timing and what they need to do when they're up against an Uber disadvantage, but they've really got to make something happen here quick, because this is going to get away from them quickly.
Yeah, it's really tough for him right now. I mean, Grape is just playing like an animal. I even saw him there on one of the last exchanges. His air shots really haven't been working out for him, so he just took his time, waited for Corsa to, right as he was landing on the ground again, and Grape just gave him another shot right to the feet for full damage. I mean, it was... you know, you don't always have to go for the air shot, especially if you're not feeling it. I don't think either of these guys are tonight. We got some action going down on the point. Grape's just landing rockets all over the feet, man. he's just rolling them right now. He's using that shotty quite well as well here. So right now they're just running the table, and Ninja Nick's at about 85% on his Uber. They're gonna go ahead. They're already down on the ground. Courses trying to get some shots into the feet there. Nursey ended up going down. Courses still on the point here. I don't know if they're just gonna concede the point. No, they do block it just in time though. They're both very hurt. Corsa manages to get the better of that fight. Ninja Nick hurt as well. Gets some arrows out. He's going to go down, I would imagine, here in just a second. Somehow staying alive. Though. Finally going down. My goodness, they do get the cap back though. Corsa did manage to out-DM Grape there on that bottom, on the point there, which, I mean, Corsa was so hurt at the time. Managed to do it, though. Great play.
I mean, right now, Corsa and Nursey need to parlay this into some sort of advantage. They need to take advantage of this, and they need to stay in the driver's seat and go pedal to the metal. They can't let as Nursey goes down there. So I don't know what Corsa can do now, but they need to get something going and keep it going. I mean, they're looking at 30 seconds now, under 30 seconds to dropping another round here, and I mean, Nursey and Corsa are going to find this getting away from them real quick. I would want to hear what's going on in Mumble, but I think it's not too much.
Yeah.
Because they're probably, it's probably pretty, you know, dejecting to go down in this way, but they certainly have it in them. I'm talking in chat about how they were the, you know, they're the finalists from the upper bracket. I mean, they certainly earned their way here over the course of a month.
Yeah, they're, I mean, fantastic players. It's just very tough with how well Grape is playing right now. And Ninja Nick playing aggressive as well. And there it is again. They're going to go ahead, keep this point. There's a little bit of time on it. I would imagine they're going to be able to stay with it. Nursey getting blasted as she tried to come off there. And that will be the round once again here. That'll be the first best of 3 out of the way. Ninja Nick and Grape gonna take it, so we're gonna see a second one here, and it's gonna come down to that. And just a point, as you were saying, about their comms and how there's probably, I mean, there wasn't too much before, but I guarantee there's just about nothing now other than anger. It's when you're just getting rolled in a thing like Ultiduo or MGE, it is so frustrating to sit there and just have it keep happening and happening when you've tried everything and you can't. You can't really do much about it. It's almost demoralizing. It just really sucks. So, you know, it's definitely not over for them. They just got to get it together here and get back in it. Corus has got to start playing his game, take his time, maybe not go for all the air shots all day, and just wait for him to land once again. And you know, it's definitely not impossible for them at this point, but it will certainly be tough with the way that Grape is playing.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you there, Gecks. I think we've all been there. If anyone has played competitive TF2 at all, whether it be Sixes or Highlander or 4v4 or any format at all, you know what it's like. You're sitting in Mumble, you're getting wrecked. You want to just turn off the game, you know, you want to throw the laptop or whatever. But I think that the big determining factor and the difference maker between, say, teams that you or I would play on Gecks, or a lot of people, versus say Ninja Nick and Grape or Corsa and Nursey, is you can breathe, you can sit down and say, okay, listen, let's get it together here.
Keep your composure.
Yeah, let's keep our composure and get this going. We're not out of it yet. I think that's a big thing, and I think that's certainly a skill that all 4 of these players would have, being that they play sort of at the top level of their favorite or chosen competitive format. But anyway, we'll see what they can get together here. If you're just joining us, the first best of 3 is done. Grape and Ninja Nick coming from the bottom bracket, also known as the second chance bracket, as I like to nicely put it. They took a best of 3, so they got to win again. So really, this is it. It comes down to this final best of 3. As Corsa and Nursey coming from the winners bracket. We're going to try to do this. Now, both of these teams will come out with money. They will have something to show for this. Much thanks to trade.tf that put up a huge chunk of money and keys and that sort of stuff to these teams, and we'll do the full thank yous later on. But certainly trade.tf, a big reason of why we're here. And you guys should check out trade.tf. We are pimping it hard, looking for signups on Saturday. That's certainly not done. They certainly still want to have some people sign up there. We had Muselk, who used to be a huge trader and kind of a huge guy in the trading kind of scene, and he was pimping it out too. I think it's nice too. I don't know much about trading. I'm not gonna lie.
You know, I'm not a huge trader either. I mean, I do a little bit of it here and there, and you know, I know of its functionality versus other sites, and there's some really great features that even somebody like me who doesn't trade all that much can definitely utilize in their trading endeavors. So great site, definitely check it out if you haven't. But we do have everybody in here, and we're just about to get started, I would assume, just kind of waiting for the ready-ups to come through. I'm sure Corsa and Nursey kind of maybe talking a couple things out here and you know, getting it together. I know after that game, after that first best-of-3, Corsa automatically disconnected as soon as it was over, and they are readied up now, possibly out of anger. Didn't realize as well that there would be a second best-of-3 since they were from the upper bracket, but here we go. We're getting into it. Our final best-of-3 here. This will decide who is the real tournament Ultiduo champions. Corsa going down early here. Nursey's going to chase Grape around with a saw, going to go down right at the end of that by Grape there, so they're going to be able to pick up this cap here first once again, it looks like.
Sorry, I was going to say, Gecks, that, you know, both teams sort of come out of the gates, guns blazing, and here's Grape now again. There we go. We've got the kill bind, which we alluded to earlier, but, you know, you can't judge too much on how this starts off, because it could still certainly go either way, but if I'm Corsa and Nursey, I really want to get out to an advantage here. I don't want to be playing from behind. I don't want to be on my heels. I want to get out and get a time advantage so that, you know, make Grape and Ninja work for it.
Yeah, it's great to set the tempo in any competitive format, and for me, especially in a thing like Ultiduo or something. And here is just Ninja Nick left right now, trying to get the saws off on Nursey. Can't do it. And Nursey, I don't know if anybody caught it, had an excellent surf from down below. Took a rocket to the feet, surfed right up back onto the high ground. It was a great surf, able to keep herself alive for that exchange there.
But now
very good.
Take advantage of this. You got to take advantage of this. They can't let this go. This has to be their moment, Gecks. Corsa's going down.
Yeah, and I think Nursey is just about to do so as well. Not sure why she hasn't hit the kill bind yet, though. That's I think that's a time to use it. You know, maybe it makes a difference of a couple seconds, but still, right now she would be up. They would be able to get out and possibly contest the point right now, but instead, Corsa is sitting here waiting for the spawn from Nursey. So in that situation, you know, you'd like to see the kill bind. But anyway, right now, you do see Grape and Ninja Nick. They got the cap back. Corsa was able to get Ninja Nick, and Corsa able to get Grape as well there, right at the end of that. So, I'm going to get the cap back here. Not too much harm done, and possibly even out this time a bit here. Ninja Nick took a little arrow there as well from Nursey from down below, so already going to be rocking down a bit of health, but that'll just regen as time ticks on. Corsa getting aggressive here, coming back onto the high ground. Great blasting Corsa with a rocket there. They're going to have the shotgun battle, and he will go down once again. Nursey with a great surf back up onto the high ground. He's going to wait up there, but here he comes back down and is just going to blast Nursey right there in the face with a rocket. Once again, would I like to see the kill bind? Probably, but because, you know, over time, these couple of seconds that they're not contesting the point, you know, it could add up over time for instances like that, and could potentially make a difference in the end. So, of course, they're able to get Ninja Nick right there, and Nursey was trying to get something onto Grape, goes down to the shotgun, still retaining the point here is Red. That's just going to keep ticking away.
You know, it's one thing, as a big shot there by Corsa, that was nice. It's one thing to win one fight. That's all fine and good and get the point, but Corsa and Nursey, you need to win more than one fight. You need to be able to get up and follow up, and I haven't seen any follow-up at all. I've seen zero follow-up from them. What do they need to do differently? I mean, I think they need to be playing from above, don't they? I don't know if it's a confidence issue with Corsa or something like that, but he doesn't seem to be wanting to get up above once they cap the point. Are you seeing that too?
Yeah, they're not utilizing possibly the high ground as well, not forcing them. If they stand up top and they get the spawns and you have the point, they're going to be forced to be down below and start capping. Just naturally, that's how it's going to be. And then that gives you the opportunity to then go ahead, drop down from that top bridge, and then start attacking them from above, which obviously high ground is advantage. So here we go. We see Grape, who got disconnected from the med, stood still to get an arrow from Ninja Nick. Great coordination there from those guys. And now Nursey will go down. Corsa standing on top of the point, wants to try and get Ninja Nick before it's said and done. Does not. Ninja Nick now has a full Uber to work with. They still have the point as well. It's ticking away, about a time difference of a minute and 10 seconds or so. Obviously getting bigger as time goes on here. Corsa getting in on the Ninja Nick. He really milked that one out. Did pop the Uber off. That time Nursey will go ahead and
hit the kill bind inside spawn. It still works, and we explained it. We touched on it real quick, but hitting your kill bind and going down at the same time as your soldier lets you come up on the same spawn wave, lets you come out as a team. Ninja Nick goes down there. I want to point out something great that Nursey did before, which I don't know if we caught on cam, but Nursey got a huge arrow heal off on Corsa for about 100 when he was at about 14, at least giving him a chance. Didn't go his way, but it was an impressive arrow. We'll see some of those as we have a big Ninja Nick kill with the Ubersaw there. But that's another side for these medics, and that's what's so great about these crossbows and what it sort of did for Ultiduo as it became sort of more used. Grape knocked Corsa right up on that girder. But the crossbow, yeah, fantastic. Both ways, offensive and defensively, as Grape, again, last man standing.
Yeah, he just keeps himself in it, sitting at a 7 kill streak right now, and has Yams on both of these guys right now. It's playing like a beast throughout this whole time, and about 1 minute and 20 left for them to keep on the point. They're getting onto it right now. Corsa's going to go ahead and jump back on top as Grape was going for Nursey, and here they go. Soldier's going to battle now. Corsa very hurt. Grape will get the better of it once again. They were not able to cap the point, and they are continuing to tick the time down on the clock there, Getawhale.
Do you want to listen in on Grape and Ninja Nick, see if they're saying anything again? You know, every time I go to comms, there's nothing at all. But let's just listen.
For you, he's 118. If you can back up, do it. He sucks.
Oh, he's so hurt though.
I'm up on one.
He's like 10
oh my god, he's gonna get bowed. See if you can get up the ramp.
Working on it.
Okay, now we're going back to point.
God, he was like 10 health.
Yeah, I know, it sucks.
Let's do this. Let's go to Corsa and Nursey right away. Let's listen to the difference, because listen to how much they're talking in there. Let's get Team Blue here.
62. Keep using your rockets. You guys always use your shotgun.
I mean, the thing that stands out to me there, Gecks, is the first comms that we listened to, of course, were Grape and Ninja Nick. They're talking like buddies, aren't they? They're talking like brothers and siblings, and they're supporting each other and, you know, helping each other out. And it sounds like almost for Corsa and Nursey that they're getting a little frustrated and sort of trying to maybe calling each other out a little bit, or getting critical of each other. You know, as a big shot there by Grape. But let's not underestimate, I mean, the comms, I mean, that's pretty, I think, indicative of what we're seeing here in terms of performance, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, and I understand where Corsa and Nursey are coming from here with their, you know, kind of lackadaisical comms and stuff, because this has got to be incredibly frustrating for them, as now they're going down another round here in this second best of 3, or final best of 3 here, and you know, if they lose one more, they're going to be out of it. And I understand where their comms are coming from, how they're not saying much. You know, it's frustrating, but as we were saying earlier, it's what separates a lot of times. One of the things that separates great teams from just, you know, average teams. Yeah, you know, it's, you know, being resilient, being, you know, staying calm in this situations like this, you know, to give yourself a chance of coming back, because 9 times out of 10, you know, getting angry and all sorts of stuff like that, you know, it's not going to help. And it's, you know, they're going to have to get something going here. They got one more round to play, or one more round to go here. If they lose it, they're out. And they're going to have to come back with a strong 2 wins to be able to come out on top of this one. I don't think they're going to do it, but certainly not impossible.
All right, so we got a pretty clear pred from Gecks. If you guys have some idea how you think you want this to go here, let us know in Twitch chat, certainly. One thing, Gecks, that entered my mind is you have to wonder, this is sort of a different circumstance than we had on Saturday. On Saturday, we had teams who had been playing all day long, so they had plenty of time to sort of get going and get in their groove and warm up, so to speak. This is more of sort of a cold, just going right in and jumping in. I don't know how much these guys made a practice today, but I'm wondering if that might be part of this, that they're not quite as warm as if they were playing for 6 hours. But let's see here. I'm looking at Corsa and Nursey. They've got to make it happen here, and not looking good so far in this first encounter.
Corsa going down, taking a lot of damage immediately, and they're putting themselves into the low ground situation, which I'm not necessarily fond of here. He's trying to get some splash damage off. Nursey ended up going down, so it's just Corsa now. Grape dropping from the sky. Corsa's hurt, has no idea where they're coming from, and will go down there. And now Nursey has put herself out in the open right now, which not the best idea. Is going to go down here as well. It just seems to be. Here comes Corsa right back in. Now wants to get an Ninja Nick, does so, trying to get something on a Grape, got a lot of damage off of the shotgun, ended up going down. Nursey's gonna go ahead, fire crossbows galore into him right now, seeing if she can get something. Oh no, but just dropping down into it. It's very uncoordinated play right now from Corsa and Nursey. They're not playing together, and here they go, they're battling it out. Let's see if Ninja Nick and Corsa can, who's gonna come out on top of this and gonna start to get the heals here as Nursey comes in, this time playing with them. They're getting the cap time down as well. Grape respawning, and they're gonna go ahead, come out, not gonna be able to contest the point here. They do pick it up, and they're gonna start getting the time onto it, but right out of the gate here, as you see, Grape is gonna get Nursey. Corsa's gonna get Ninja Nick as well before falling, but it's just been kind of uncoordinated right out of the gate.
Yeah,
to finally finish my thought.
I don't know if this is a throw, if you want to call it that, or whatever. But I don't know what Corsa and Nursey are doing, getting themselves in 1v2 situations. It's great to come out and kill Ninja Nick and get the medic pick, but you've got Grape shooting shotguns at you the whole time. It's not gonna work. So I'm not sure if they've just given up by this point. There's something to be said for, you know, surprise play and coming out and splitting up. We actually saw that at least once on Saturday, where teams came out separate doors and got a med pick they needed, and it worked great if it's planned ahead. But if this team is just giving up, I mean, it's unfortunate. Right now, I mean, Nursey just trying to stay in it a lot, but Nursey's been down on Uber for almost this whole. Oh, a nice shot there by Grape, who's just cleaning up. I mean, Grape is on, isn't he?
He is. He's playing lights out right now. It's, as I often say, for guys that are just going off, he is absolutely lights out here in this final. It's tough to do much against, as I've said many a times now, and I also see sometimes here, it seems like Nursey might be trying to crossbow a bit much. Probably could have saved Corsa on one of those last encounters that they had there. As you see, they're gonna kiss in the air there. Corsa's able to get Grape there and gonna get Ninja Nick, so maybe a little something for him here. They're gonna be able to hold the point for a bit longer here and even out the time. And for how, for seemingly uncoordinated they've been in this final round here, the time is relatively even so far. I don't want to give them the caster's curse, but, you know, relatively even so far. They are getting time on the point right now. Red is. Grape is going to be hurt. They do exchange there. The soldiers are going to go ahead, both go down, and Nursey needs to stay on the point right now. Cannot give up the point. Gets an arrow into him. Going to get a saw off as well. I think that was Ninja Nick that got one. They're both very hurt. Coming back out is Grape. He's going to get on the point, cap it, and here's Nursey over on the side. Going to go down. Corsa getting Ninja Nick. Now it's just a one-on-one. Soldiers going at it on the point. Shotgun's going. Grape will come out on top of that with his shotgun. And that will be, the point is over on red side right now. They're getting the time ticking down again. They're at 3:20 left on their clock, ticking down, of course, and 3:50 for Corsa and Nursey.
Corsa just not winning those 1v1s. I don't know if I've seen him win a 1v1 Gecks. And again, you know, you do have to get underneath here to cap this point, but I don't know why Nursey, I did it too, Nursey and Corsa insist on playing for the most part from down below here. You know, Ninja Nick and Grape are just able to stay up above and bomb down and do what they want to do. When you're down below, you don't have an angle on anything either. You can't really shoot anything unless it's against a wall and you get some splash, and so I can't, you know, I don't know if we'll get to talk to some of these guys after this. I don't know what's going on, though, with Corsa and Nursey. Certainly not the same team that we saw all weekend and that we saw all month. As they're still trying to do something here, but Nick's got Uber, and he's not going to go down. He dropped one. He's not going to do it again, Gecks. He's smart enough to learn at the very end.
Yeah, he's learning through repetition there, so he got it that time. But here comes Corsa across, just bombing straight in, blasting Grape up into the sky. He took some fall damage as well, and now Ninja Nick's going to be blasted, taking some shotgun shots as well. It's a one-on-one on top of the point here. Nursey coming around. It's going to be very hurt right now. Grape is trying to get the shotguns into Nursey. Just needs to land one arrow, missing all of them, though. Taking a rocket as well. He's very hurt. Nursey backing off now. It's going to be Corsa coming to the aid here of Nursey, who is still extremely hurt. Corsa on top here, getting a rocket into Ninja Nick, but fell down below. Nursey's going to get down there as well. He's going to jump back onto the point, get Ninja Nick as well from on top of the bridge, and going for the medic is Grape. He does get Nursey, and he's going to go ahead and take the high ground, but he is extremely hurt. He's just waiting for an arrow right now. He can't really contest. Gets the arrow. He's going to go ahead, try and drop down. Does not get Corsa there. Landing an excellent rocket into Corsa, though. Nursey on the point, trying to get more cap time down on it. Not going to happen. Doesn't get the point, and they will wipe both of them there. Lots of cap time, just not able to get it, though.
Yeah, and Gecks, time check, we're looking at over 2.5 minutes here, and it's starting to look very dire for Corsa and Nursey. And again, it's not out of this world that they might be able to come back from this. We've seen stranger things. It's right in on Ninja Nick comes Corsa, and doesn't pull it off, and now it's just a medic versus 2. Well, 1v1 now, which is fine, but you don't want this 1v1. You don't want Grape, and you're mad. Grape on a 10 kill streak now as well, and time is ticking away right now. I can't get behind 1v1 situations here, you know. I don't know why they keep splitting up. Of course, Nursey just trying to do their thing. It's not like they don't know. This isn't a pickup, Gecks, you know. They've been playing all month, and they've had time to sort of hone their game. Maybe just having an off night, I don't know.
I'm not sure what it is, or if they got down early and are just kind of not into it anymore. I don't know. They did get the point there, but now Ninja Nick and Grape both going to be able to get back on it here. They're going to get the cap time. They only need 41 seconds on it. And Ninja Nick's sitting at about 52% Uber right now, as that's going to go ahead and increase as well. So it's go time for Corsa right now. He's got to make this. He's got to win this engagement right here. He's already taken a good bit of damage, and he's trying to just get some heals right now, but getting out aggressed by Grape. Took a lot there. He's going to go down, as well as Nursey. Grape once again sitting at 14 kill streak, and it is just. It's a turkey shoot out here, chicken shoot, whatever you want to call it, for Grape. Yeah.
I'm going to call it a bloodbath is my term. I mean, again, we have a 15 kill streak. It's just a bloodbath. I mean, I'm calling this a bad day. I want to give a lot of credit to Corsa and Nursey, who fought their way through 8 or 9 or 10 rounds in this tournament. You know, I mean, we started out with 64 teams. They ended up, you know, as the top 2. They will go home with second place, which will be a sizable prize pot, but I don't know, Gecks, just a bad night or bad luck or what?
It's possibly even a combination of the two. I don't know. It's just wasn't their night, plain and simple. And you know, it's unfortunate to see that they weren't able to bring their top game back out for this finals matchup against them. And I mean, of course, we all knew that Grape and Ninja Nick were just an excellent team, but you know, I called that they were going to win from the start, but I really thought that Corsa and Nursey were going to be able to put up, you know, at least a couple round win or something, a couple rounds won, and just were not able to convert tonight. And for the most part, Grape just kind of outplaying Corsa, and how uncoordinated there are, I think, really played a factor in this game. Corsa and Nursey just not really on the same gauge for most of the games there. So there you have it. You got Grape and Ninja Nick. They're going to be your REALTourney Ultiduo champions.
Yeah, absolutely. They certainly earned it, and I think we're going to get those guys in here to chat with them and see what they have to say about it. But certainly, you know what, Gecks, if Corsa could have hit more shots, he could have done a lot better, right? Let's go ahead and bring those guys in here just a second.
Here we go.
We got them, the boys. Grape and Ninja Nick. How's it going, guys?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
How are you guys feeling? You won the big 64 team tournament. You came all the way through. You beat this team in 2 best-of-3s in one day. It's got to be good times, and it's real. It's for real prizes. It's basically LAN. It's almost LAN.
It's close, to be honest. I mean, what do we got? Like 270 for Dallas, and we're getting about 150 total for this. It's pretty good.
Yeah, so we listened in on your guys' team comms quite a few times. Actually, we linked up the Mumble here. I don't know if you knew.
I hope I didn't say anything too bad.
No, I mean, yeah, you know, we're all adults, but you know, we heard that you guys we're getting along really well. I mean, it's got to go a long way that you guys have played together for so long and you know each other so well. Do you feel like that, you know, is a really big deal, just being that you have that chemistry?
I definitely think it helps. A lot of the stuff that we do is kind of just unspoken. So, I don't know. When we play, it's just kind of left down to execution because we know how each other are going to play really well. I definitely think that helps a lot.
Sounded like brotherhood. Nick, are you guys like brothers when you play Ultiduo?
Yeah, I'd say Grape is kind of like an online brother. Why not?
Maybe
sweet.
a bro.
Thanks, bro.
Great. Besides you just being a beast tonight, besides that, what do you think played a factor in you guys being able to come out on top?
I feel like I don't know. It's hard to say. I think at the end of the day, it was that I had better DM than Corsa in the finals. But on top of that, I think they were trying some weird strategies to overcome that. Like when we had point, Corsa would just try to kill Nick and then hope I didn't kill both of them.
And then they would get earlier spawns because we had the point.
Yeah, but if I did kill both of them, it didn't work out for them. Because I felt like Corso just really wasn't comfortable. It seemed like he wasn't comfortable just taking a straight 1v1 with me and just winning.
Nursey was really good. Like, as far as Ultiduo medic is concerned, like he's probably even better than I am, but it's such a soldier-based Ultiduo thing. Like,
Right.
It's like 80% soldier this mode.
Yeah, we were sort of talking about that a little bit in terms of, the medic play and stuff, and we were trying to figure out like what's going on, and I'm wondering, is it a lot different playing like tonight, just jumping right in versus playing for like 4 hours, 5 hours, like it was on Saturday, like a long day where you can kind of warm up and get loose, or is there no difference?
At least for me, I was definitely hitting more bows toward the end of it, because like yesterday, or not yesterday, the day before, when we had like 4 or 5 matches. After a while, I was just hitting like every bow because we had played so much and I was just so warmed up. But in the beginning here, I was missing a lot.
I think at least me personally, I'm pretty momentum based. If I'm winning, I'm in a very good mood and I'm playing well. But if I start losing, it's not so good. I got really mad when we lost the Goldfish in the upper bracket. So I'd imagine if I had lost in the upper bracket and then I had to play a game right after that against someone who is like on par with me, I probably just would have lost. But since we won like, I don't know, 8 games in a row on what, Friday, Saturday, on
yeah.
Saturday. That I feel like that really helped my morale at least.
So are you like, is that call outs? Are you calling out for like soldiers to step up who are as good as you, Grape?
No. I mean, like, I would say there are a couple soldiers in the tournament who have comparable Ultiduo skills.
Grape's an MG lord, so he, there's a few people who he thinks will compete with him in MG, and then that's how he bases his criticism on other soldiers.
There you have it, community. Step up your MGE game, your Ultiduo game. No, but great. That was fun to watch, guys. You really just showed up tonight. It was a pleasure to watch. Getawhale, I don't know if you have anything else for them, or
I just want to make a comment about Nick. I wanted to ask you after you dropped that one Uber, because certainly, I've watched you a bunch and you play so like dangerous. Did you almost like pull back after you dropped that first Uber, or was it still just like balls out? Did it affect you at all?
No, not really. A lot of my like holds and Uber holds are honestly like a respect thing. Like if I respect the other player enough, I'll just pop to them right away, and if I don't, like the only reason I didn't pop that Uber was because he missed 4 shotguns right before it, and then the last one was a meat shot. So like I wouldn't have dropped if he missed that last shotgun like I expected, just because of the shotguns before it. But
cool.
Yeah, it's all like I take it all on its own situation, and I don't really let it affect my play in the future.
Cool, awesome. Well, listen, guys, we want to congratulate. Excuse me, golly. I want to congratulate you first and foremost for making it through the grind of December and taking first place. You want to give shout-outs as well to Corsa and Nursey, who played fantastic, and they, of course, came through the upper bracket and had a hell of a tournament as well. Thanks for coming in here for interviews. I want to just do the shout-outs real quick. We're almost done here. Just trade.tf, obviously, huge sponsor. Put up a huge chunk of money, which you guys will get to see. Big donations as well from people like Nahani of AG, Carabear, CJ, Kevin Ispone, spearheaded this whole entire thing. He put up some of his own money as well. Yogg, Alkaline, a bunch of other people. Just unbelievable. Gonna give my thank yous again. I'm not gonna forget anyone this time, I promise. Kevin Espone, obviously, who sort of spearheaded this and did this, and hopefully we'll see a lot more. I mean, hopefully there'll be future tournaments.
Right.
I want to thank Gecks, who sat in and spent tons of time casting with me, and it was a blast as always. Dashner for doing camera production. Give some shout outs to Dashner in chat, guys, and to Gecks and to everyone in chat. Dashner, Gecks, Gandalf, the trade.tf guys, all the teams and players that took part. Am I forgetting anyone, Gecks? I'm not going to let myself forget someone this time like I did on Saturday.
I think you got him. You did good that time. You did good. I think you grabbed everybody. I can't think of anybody else, but definitely. And shout out to you guys watching, who kind of stuck through everything. Can't forget you guys for sticking through with us. So, big props to you. And it's been a pleasure, Getawhale. I had a lot of fun throughout this tournament here.
Yeah, and Gecks, for our little sign-off here, we're going to have one last little trade.tf thing. We're going to sign out with our little spot for trade.tf. So big shout-outs again to them, and hopefully we'll be able to see more tournaments like this where teams can sign up and make, a fraction of what they would make going to land at ESCA Finals. Yeah. But we're going to leave you guys with that note. Hopefully there will be more Ultiduo tournaments. Make sure that you keep an eye out on teamfortress.tv. That is it for me, Getawhale, and for Gecks and everyone else I mentioned. And have a good night. Take care.